Hello there. If you get a question like this on the SAT, one of the few things you want to do is just go ahead and figure out the value for x and for y, because in this question all they're asking for is, since it says 2x times y, they're pretty much asking you for the value of x and the value of y, and then getting you to multiply that with 2. So an easy way to do this is let's just focus on x for right now, which is 5x equal to 1. The only place you're going to find x in this entire question is right there. So that's why we're focusing on the 5x equal to 1 equation. And pretty much at this point, what you want to be able to do is solve for the x. If you're trying to solve for x, you need to get rid of what's beside the x, and the only thing beside the x right now is the 5. So we're going to go ahead and divide that 5 on both sides, because in mathematics whatever you do to the left you have to do to the right. So because of that, I'm dividing this by 5. So the 5 will cancel that 5, and all I have left for this x is equal to 1/5. The next thing we want to be able to do here is solve for the value of y, and the only place we can find y is in this y over 2 equal to 3 equation. So we're going to go ahead and do that equation. So that equation will be pretty much y over 2, and that is equal to 3. So because we're trying to figure out the value of y here, we have to get rid of what is around y. The only thing around y is this 2 underneath it. So what we have to do is go ahead and multiply both sides by 2 and do the same thing here. The reason we're doing that is we're putting this 2 here so that it can actually eventually cross out with this 2 underneath, leaving y by itself. So what we have now is y equal to 6. At this point, we're pretty much done with the question, because all we have to do now is bring all of these together. So we have our 2, we have our x, which is 1/5, we have our y, which is 6 at this point. Now, technically, when you look at this 2 and this 6, you need to think of them in terms of fractions, because this 1 over 5 is a fraction. So you're going to have to say that over 1, and you want to say that over 1 as well. That makes the math a lot easier, because then you can just focus on the terms at the top, this 2, this 1, and this 6. So 2 times 1 times 6 is going to give you 12 at the top. And then the terms at the bottom, which is 1 times 5 times 1, which is going to give you 5 at the bottom. At this point, you can then divide that. Well, 5 goes in 12 2 times, but there's a remainder of 2 because it doesn't go perfectly. 2 over 5. So 2 over 5. Now, in terms of the answer choices, if you look at the answer choices we have on top, they're all in decimal form. So to try to get this in decimal form, a trick I normally use is, right now I know this is going to be 2 and a point. The question is point what? Well, you look at 2 over 5 and you'd say, imagine this 2 having a 0 right here. Doesn't have a 0, but just imagine there is a 0 right there. Well, if there was a 0 right there, 5 will go in that 20 4 times. So automatically, I know this is going to be a 0.4. I know it's going to be a point because this 5 is greater than this 2 over here. So I know I'm going to get a decimal point there. But the trick there is imagining there's a 0 here. So you can then say 5 in 20 is a 4. So you know that's 2.4. And at this stage, that is going to be the solution to this problem right there, 2.4. And if you look at the answer choices over here, that is why the answer will be B. Thank you very much for listening to the solution, and check out our website at successprep.com. Thank you.